Hello everyone, I'm Chester44 and welcome to this Let's Play of Shadows of Undrentide. Last episode, we started off on our journey to find this Gorik, I believe it was, and bring him the gem from the tower statue. However, on the trip we got attacked by stingers, half men, half scorpions, or scorpion tours. Whatever the hell you want to call them. They're kind of like centaurs, except scorpions. Regardless. After the attack, they took our guide, and we need to go down and find him. Before we do, though, I want to speak with our companions. Let's start with Dornesh, since she's with us.
Yes? What do you need?
Let's stop and talk for a moment. If that's what you want. I suppose we were too busy with our training to get to know each other at Master Drogon's. You were saying that your sister became an adventurer. Yes, I was saying something about that. I'm not sure I really want to get into it, though. I'm not used to such personal talk. What about you, Liam? Why did you come to Drogon's? What is your story? Oh, I wanted adventure. So you were looking for excitement? I was too. I thought I was. Maybe I just wanted to get away. Ah, could I be any more foolish? Our kind, we dwarves, are very tough on the outside, and on the inside too. All this reflection on feelings and past mistakes, that's an elf's job. It's silly, really. Everything would be fine if I didn't let any of it bother me. Just swing the pick and live through the storm. Why wasn't I content with that, Liam? Why did I want to be Dorna Trapspringer? Why not King Mason or Stone Shear? Well, maybe if you finished your story, I'd understand better. Maybe, but I know it all and I don't understand myself. Bah, why do I get so worked up about this? I've lived my life. Is that so bad? Your questions make me remember, Liam, and I'm not sure I like that. I've gone a long time without confronting where I came from. Give me a little time. I don't want to talk about this right now. I don't want to overshadow what we have to do.
Yes? What do
Well, has it been long enough? You were deciding what to say about your sister. Yes, I was. And I have. There's no cleansing wind like the truth, Liam. I might as well say what has troubled me for so long. See, my sister was young, and though she put on a brave face after being banished, I knew she couldn't last on her own. She tried to join a group of adventurers and found mercenaries instead. Even then, she couldn't make it, and a lot of them almost starved. And she was too proud to ask for help. Proud and stubborn. The elders hadn't counted on that. They wanted her to weaken, but she surprised us all. She was supposed to realize what she had lost. Instead, I think she started to resent the clan. She must have got tired of being hungry and just snapped. She told the group about lightly guarded clan storehouses. I don't think they meant to hurt anyone, but you know how these things go. Who got hurt? A few guards. Good people that put their lives before clan property. 2 of the raiders were killed too. It jaded both sides. How long before they were caught? Not long. They didn't know enough to properly cover their tracks. There was an attempt at a peaceful surrender, but there were too many bruised egos. How much did they get away with? Not enough to hurt the clan. Well, not beyond its pride anyway. We were in no real danger, but it was an embarrassment. What happened to your sister? Pretty much what you would think. She had built up a lot of hatred and wouldn't surrender. In truth, our guards weren't very interested in taking her alive. She fell with the rest of the raiders. As a traitor, her name was stricken from the clan roster. It was like she had never existed. It was exactly how I used to feel, like I didn't matter and could be overlooked if enough people agreed it was okay to look away. So who was responsible for this? Should blame be assigned at all? She did what she did, but the clan failed her. She paid for their mistakes. And what about me? I set the example. I was the one that said not to listen to the elders, if not by words and by deeds. When she was simply erased to avoid embarrassment, that's when I had to leave. They learned nothing because they didn't want to. So I left. My clan, my family, my name, all of it. And here I am, a little voice for Vergadane, far away from her home. There was nothing else you could do? I didn't think so. At least not soon enough that it would feel like I did it for my sister. We moved slow under the mountains. I wandered for a while, then went to Drogon and asked him to teach me. And now I'm on this foolish task with you. I think I've done well for myself. Speaking of our task, we should get back to it. Maybe we can talk more later. I don't know what else there is to say, though. By the way, anything in your inventory of note? Oh, yes. Studded leather armor +1. You actually have gained quite a bit more loot. Interesting. That's very interesting. In fact, I think we can sell some of this stuff, and I think I will. That can be sold. That can be sold. I am actually going to take all these arrows you have and give them to myself. Large shield. She can use it, but I don't think I will. Rona's axe is good. Doesn't have anything else. I may want to take some of these potions. Yes. You can hold on to those for now. And I'm going to need to sell that, and I think I can sell this. Bonus short sword is a little bit, but I think I'll be fine. Anyway.
Yes? What?
Do you regret the way you left your home, Dorna? You mean leaving the clan after my sister's death in Eurasia? I did for a while, but being out here isn't so bad. I think Vergadane likes me going far and wide. The dwarf father Moradin might not approve, but even so, he would not want to see me come to harm. At least have faith in that. No, I more regret the way my home left me. I have met many a dwarf that agreed our kind could move a little faster and still be only half as flighty as the elves. It is too bad you couldn't find what you wanted there. Maybe it was just my clan. I've met dwarves from other lands that did not seem so trapped by presumptions. I just can't help feeling that someone should have done something to make things right. Why was nothing done? Ask yourself. You're the one that ran away. That's not fair. I tried. I really did. I just couldn't fail anymore. Why is it my job to hammer at the wall? I can't run away from it completely, I guess. I'm as guilty as the rest of my clan. I'm starting to see that now. The elders were afraid to change, so they ignored what happened. I was afraid to try to change them and fail, so I just left. I was as weak as they are. You left for your own well-being. There's no harm in that. Everybody has their own way. I'd agree, but everything affects everyone else too. I don't know how to do the least damage. I've tried to leave everyone alone, aside from swindling the old coin. I just feel like I left some things undone. Maybe I'll go back one day.
Yes?
And there's nothing else to say. Alright then, thank you. Alright, Xanos, we must speak with you.
This desert is a vile land full of nothing but sand and death. And the quarters are half too small for anyone. What are we doing here?
It's good to see you too, Xanos.
Bah! What is good about it? The dangers of this place are evident. Perhaps we should help each other to stay alive.
That would be a good idea.
Of course, I thought of it. Let us go together then.
Yes?
First, Dorna, just stay here. Now, Xanos.
You have come to ask Xanos to rejoin you, yes?
Yes, come with me. And, is that a sword I see you wielding? You are! Yes! Mine. That sword is mine now. I don't care. And this heavy crossbow is also something we can sell. You still have your dagger, which is weak, but I'll let you hold on to that heavy crossbow. I feel like we may need those bolts, though. For reasons. Alright.
What do you want?
Alright, let's stop and talk for a moment.
You wish to mine my wisdom? The wisdom of Xanos is not something to be taken lightly.
You want to rant a bit more about yourself? Your path to power?
Ha! I did say that we would talk eventually, didn't I? Very well. What is it you wish to know?
Well... How can you possibly think you'd become so powerful?
I know, you disapprove. It is not so uncommon as that. Master Drogon too thinks that I have the potential to cause much harm, but that is not my intent. But none of you seem to understand that what I do for the good of others as much as myself. The lands of the realm need the firm hand of government to guide them. The broken, lawless lands that cover too much of the earth would benefit much from Xanos' rule. Basically, you just want to be king. You mean like the Thaans, the Zentarim? Fools, all of them. They have not learned enough from history. Nothing makes a prince so much esteemed as to carry on great enterprises and to give rare examples of himself. To be a great leader, to create a lasting kingdom, one must not only be able to conquer or subject his people, one must also be able to win their hearts. It is through the esteem of one's subjects that one has true power over them. So you'd lie to them to keep them happy? It is not in the best interest of a ruler to lie to his subjects. Lies are always revealed in the end, to the detriment of those who have harmed others by them. No, a great ruler, as I will be, must divide the world into two camps. Those who are against me, and those who are subject to me. What about allies? A prince is also esteemed when he is a true friend and a true enemy. A true friend to my people, and a true enemy to those who stand against. I shall treat my subjects as if my own children, and my enemies as mortal ones. It is through such kind acts as these that the subjects will grow to love what I give them, and my enemies fear what may occur if they resist. This breeds a fanatical devotion to the ruler and his subjects, enhancing his power. But I see that my philosophy is perhaps a bit beyond you. Do not fear. It is understandable. A simplistic theory. Bah! A genius like Xanos also learns from the masters of the past. I give only truths gleaned from the work of others. You seek to insult me with it? Bah! Let us go then, and do something more meaningful than your chiding.
What do you want?
Well, let's see if you have anything else. Where will you go after you have finished learning? What will you do?
Ah, now that is a good question, my friend. One that I cannot find an easy answer to. I do not think that I would like to stay here in the north. It is too cold, too uninhabited. No, I am very much a people person. I think I will go south to more populous lands. It is there that I can seek my fortune and destiny on my own.
I wish you luck in your journey.
Ha! I am not gone yet. We still have time together, you and I am thinking that our greatest challenges may yet lie ahead. But it is nice to dream sometimes. Dream of what will happen when I finally am strong enough to make my wishes a reality. I will go south to warmer lands. I will find a nice city or two. One's dealing with a little bit of instability or suffering under harsh rulership. It is then that Xanos will step in and assist the locals, taking charge of their efforts and bringing my own name forward. In such a fashion, I will gain my place in the world.
So you'll try to conquer a city?
Of course! It is a well-used and time-honored tradition. It is as much a part of politics as rebellion. I suppose that is not a good example, but it is not that unnatural a thing to happen. And it is not as if I would be a bad ruler. I, Xanos, would be the greatest ruler!
Oh, maybe I'll come and visit you someday.
If you prove yourself confident in our travels together, little human, perhaps you will have a place at my side one day. An advisor to the great King Xanos. But that is far in the future from now. In the present, there is still much we can do that should be done. Let us continue on our way, my friend.
Perhaps, but I believe you have more to say.
What do you...
So tell me of the kingdom gentle King Xanos will rule.
Gentle King Xanos. I like that one. You always were the funny one, even when you weren't trying to be. But you always spoke your mind. That is true. I had read a great many books before we left Master Drogon's. Both books on politics and kingdoms, and on the sorcerer kings of old, who had carved their kingdoms from the land as I would. I have had much time to think of the society I would make when I ruled with absolute power. It is a surprisingly difficult task to balance all that would need to be balanced in harmony.
You're building on the tyrants of old?
I do not follow in their footsteps. No, Xanos is not that simple. Rather, I build upon their mistakes. I correct them. It is far better to be loved by the subjects than to be hated by them. You never know when a dissatisfied subject will turn on him, or who may aid him in his cause. But happy subjects, you can tell their intentions in their eyes. Do not think that I am being overly sentimental by seeking their happiness. No, it is very much self-preservation that causes me to seek this.
That doesn't sound very selfless.
Indeed it is not. I never claimed to be out for anyone but Xanos. By keeping my subjects happy, I can avoid raising their ire. This has been the downfall of all oppressive tyrants in the past. But I cannot keep them too happy. As much as people may complain and moan about the hardships in their life, it is by such struggles that their own worth is defined. After all, look at Xanos! I have led a troubled life, and for that, I am destined for greatness! Ha!
Then what am I destined for?
I know not what your destiny is, little human, nor how you will react to the pressures that this journey puts upon you. Whatever path you choose, Xanos will prevail! Ha ha! Some may have been crushed by the life they lead, but Xanos will prevail above all! Xanos will never be tread on the ground like so much dirt. It is you above all others who should realize this by now. It is by my own indomitable spirit that I will prevail. I will drag myself to the very heights of power by my teeth if I have to. But such things can be wearying to the soul sometimes. Sometimes it is so much easier to want to stop, to rest.
What are you saying?
I do not give up on my goal, though. I will prevail. Destiny will be mine. Everyone does need rest. Perhaps a little sleep to regain my strength. At times it feels as though I've been wandering for years through lands I have never expected to see. Bah! I grow melancholy and thoughtful in my old age. Enough of this. Let us continue on our way, then.
What do you want?
And there is no more to say. I will be honest. Xanos is fun to voice. You have to admit, it's so fun to really get into it. I love hamming it up so much. It's something I like about Xanos. But he's not who I'm going to be taking with me, so you will wait here. Deekin is the one we're going to speak with, after I get the drink. Okay, Deekin.
Oh, the great hero has found them taken out. Maybe the great hero is happy to see Deekin, yes?
Just how is it that I haven't seen you this entire trip?
Deekin follow boss after we last meets. Deekin wants to see world, but Deekin not know where to go. World is so big. So, Deekin watch boss because Deekin sure boss go on to more adventures. And Deekin was right. When boss leave on caravan, Deekin follow it. Deekin asked Halfling girl to hire Deekin on as cook. Then Deekin maybe be adventurer too?
You want to be an adventurer?
Deekin wants to be adventurer, yes! Deekin could travel with boss's sidekick maybe? Deekin write the great epic tale of boss's adventure.
I mean, I don't see anything bad about it. I've heard about a little kobold named Cole who also tried to be an adventurer. So, maybe you'll meet her.
Just think of it. Deakin's story would travel across land and you becomes famous. What not good about that?
You want to travel with me? Can you fight?
A little?
Can you cast spells?
He got a few spells. Deacon is bard after all, and not big nasty sorcerer kobold.
Can you at least carry stuff?
Bad back. But Deacon great for morale.
You know what? Okay, you're in.
Yay! You would not be sorry. Deacon make best, most epic tale of boss ever. So, when we begins, we kill something now?
We'll begin after I talk to you a bit and take a look at what you've got. Let's see. Well, you're 7 bard, chaotic good, which is fair. Skills are a bit of bluff, concentration, various stuff. Very high on lore and perform. Yeah, you're pretty good. You've got Bard Song, which you saw a hint of over there. It's a lot of boosts. Ooh, medium armor proficiency. That's useful. And he focuses on light crossbow. Weapon proficiency rogue, really? So we'll need to get him a light crossbow. He might have one, actually. Let's see, what do you have? You've got a cloak of protection. Deacon's crossbow. That's what you're going to use. His crossbow is a finely fashioned and possesses a diamond in its handle that sparkles intensely when looked at. Whether Deacon stole this crossbow out of Timo Farrar's treasure pile, or whether it was given to Deacon, is unknown, but the kobold cradles it closely. Point-blank shot, 60% weight reduction, +1 attack bonus. Okay. And you got bolts +1, and you're going to get another bunch. You've also got a cloak of protection +2, which I guess you should probably have. We'll give you some leather armor. And that's not all. Bracers of armor aren't going to help, which actually is fine because I want to give you the gloves of the minstrel for the bonus to perform. You're also going to hold on to this, which is going to be useful, and I think that's fine. We've also got this nymph cloak for the charisma bonus, which I guess we actually can sell it. So we'll sell this, and we're also going to sell this. And the rest of all this is going to be sold. And you have a bunch of scrolls. Any scrolls we find, we're going to hand over to you. Because bards can use scrolls. And with this, you'll be able to cast light once a day, which will be useful. Okay. I think that's good. Now, Deacon, let us speak.
You want Deacon?
Oh god, we can reprimand you now! Ooh, but you can identify my equipment. Let's stop and talk for a moment.
Deacon always happy to talk to boss. What do you wants to talk about?
I want to discuss your training.
Deacon works hard at being bard, of course. Deacon always be bard. If the boss wants, though, Deacon focus more on sneaky skills in future.
No, keep being a bard.
That sound good. Deacon is good bard.
I want to know how you became a bard initially. I mean, I'd like to know.
Old bastard teaches Deacon to be bard. Deacon already tells you that.
Yes, but why did he teach you to be a bard?
Oh, you mean why Deacon be bard and not sorcerer, maybe? That is good question. Old master not wants bard at first. Old master sees little Deacon and sees that he got lots of talent for magic. Old master says he going to make Deacon great kobold sorcerer. Deacon be next chief.
Did Timo Farrar train all the chiefs like that?
Nope, he trains none, in fact. But back when Deacon was young kobold, orcs in Nether Mountains raids kobold caves lots. Old master likes to be left alone. He not be very happy that kobolds be slaughtered all the time and orcs comes and disturbs him. Old master think orcs taste funny. So old master says he trains great kobold sorcerer who keeps orcs away always. That be little Deacon!
So, what happened then?
Oh, well, Deacon not be very good student. Deacon like to read, though. He reads all books old master got. Books that got stories and pictures of many places. So Deacon not works hard like he's supposed to. When next orc raid comes, old master send Deacon to go fight orcs when with magic he not gots.
But you didn't die, obviously.
No, Deacon not dies. Deacon hides while rest of kobolds get killed. Old Master think that be very funny. Rest of tribe be very angry and says Deacon must die, but Old Master says no. He says Deacon smart to hide, but not very brave. Deacon not good chief, but Deacon funny. So Old Master lets Deacon stay so long as Deacon keeps Old Master amused. That how Deacon becomes a bard.
Didn't you want to be chief?
Meh, not so much.
Why not?
Tribe goes through chief every year or two, and not got this long life expectancy. Deacon not stupid, remember?
Yeah, you do seem kind of smart for a kobold. You don't even yip all the time now that I think about it. Wow! How did I never notice that before? Probably helps keep you from being too annoying.
At least Old Master keeps Deacon around long time. Deacon learns lots of stories and songs, whatever it takes to keep Old Master in chuckles. Old Master threatens to eat Deacon's lots, and he make big smelly noises when he sleeps, but it's okay compared to usual kobold life.
Oh dear. The dragon farts in his sleep. Lovely.
And now Deacon is adventurer! How many kobolds get to do that?
Not many, I'd imagine. As I said, I can think of one, and that's it. I guess maybe there was also Cormac. Wow, that's a name I haven't brought up in years.
You got that right. Quick, let's go! Deacon got urge to kill something nasty!
Sure, but let's keep
You
talking.
want Deacon?
Tell me why you wanted your freedom from Timo Farrar.
Deacon wants to travel. Did Deacon not tell you all this?
But didn't you enjoy working for Timo Farrar?
Was okay sometimes when Old Master not gets hungry or rolls over on Deacon when he is asleep. Old Master got a strange sense of humor. Deacon used to ask Old Master if Deacon would ever gets to go to places he reads about, and Old Master would only says one thing. He would says, Deacon, one of these days you're going to learn that there will only be one way you ever be free.
In what way was that?
Deacon gots to be dragon. He gots to be brave like dragon. He gots to be strong like dragon. And he gots to fight for what he wants.
Timo Farrar told you that?
He says it. He maybe says it once or twice. Mostly Deacon picks it up from other stuff Old Master says. It mean Deacon only ready to be on own when he gots courage to leave. That be what Deacon learned from Old Master. When Old Master not belches or sleeps. When Deacon finally sees chance, he's scared lots, but he knows this be the one chance to leaves. It be now or nevers.
So are you happy you left?
Deacon gets to see desert. Deacon gets to travels with boss and be adventurer. Now Deacon be a very own story instead of just reads about it. His best thing Deacon ever does. Deacon wishes it could go on forever. Maybe we keeps going. Deacon cannot wait to see what parts come next.
Neither can I.
You want Deacon?
Now, anything else? So, do you know any good tales?
Deacon knows one good story, maybe. It's long, though.
Well, what's it about?
It's about human kingdom, and rebels, and torture, lots of torture. Old Master likes it lots.
Okay, tell me.
Okay, Deacon reads it once in Book of Old Masters. Old Master likes it lots. There be far away human kingdom, right? It's got human king, that's why they calls it that.
No, you don't say.
Yep. Anyways, there is lots of humans in kingdom who not likes king. They rebels, but king captures their leader. He be called Count... Fred.
Count Fred?
Well, Deacon forgets real name. He be Count, though, noble human who is cousin to King. King be very mad. He says that Count must be tortured lots and tell King all about rebels. So they get some mean, nasty torturer to come, and he cuts off toes for Count. Count hurts lots, but he not tells about rebels. So then torturer cuts off fingers. Count screams and screams, but still he not tells about rebels.
This is very gruesome, Deacon.
Deacon tells you that Old Master likes it lots, didn't Deacon? Old Master likes stories where helpless maidens get eaten by dragon, too.
See, now that makes a lot more sense for a dragon.
So Torturer cuts off nose, but still Count not talk. Torturer cuts off ears and feet and hands. Count screams and screams, but he not talk about rebels. So finally King gets respect for Count. He says Count be very brave, and even though he be rebel, he allow Torturer to kill his Count finally and puts him out of misery. As torturer raises hatchet, Count screams loud and says, "Wait! Me tells! Me tells!" But it be too late. Torturer swings hatchet and Count be dead. You knows what moral of story be?
Uh-oh.
Never hatchet counts before they chicken.
Okay. That's pretty funny, Deacon. And I love puns.
Thanks. Old Master laugh every time Deacon tell that story. Laugh until he pee himself. Every time.
Oh, the idea of a dragon laughing so hard he pisses himself. That is not quite as amusing, but Deacon, I love you.
You want Deacon?
How about some entertainment?
Okay, let Deacon think. There once was a man from the moon seat, whose limericks only went to the line 3, and never went farther.
Okay then.
You want Deacon?
And I think you can just do that over and over, just ask him for some entertainment.
Oh, Deacon singing a song, yeah, Deacon singing a song. He forgets how it goes, but nobody knows, because Deacon's singing a song.
You want Deacon?
Let's see if he has a few.
We's doomed! Doom, doom, da doom, 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 da doom, 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 da doom, doom, doom.
Are you saying we're doomed?
Doom, 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 da doom, doom, doom.
You heard it here. Deacon came up with the Doom song before Gurr. Gurr is a hack.
You want
One more.
Deacon?
Anything else?
I went with the Duchess to tea. Her manners were shocking to see. Her rumblings abdominal were simply phenomenal, and everyone thought it was me.
Yeah, if you couldn't tell from what I've hinted at before, Deacon is, without a doubt, my favorite character in the entire Neverwinter Nights series. In all of the games that have ever come out in Neverwinter Nights, Deacon is by far my favorite. I love him so much, and I am keeping him with me as long as I frickin' can. Deacon, you're mine, and we're going to have such a good time together. Oh, boy. Catriona, let me sell these things I have, and then that is going to be the end of this episode. Next episode, we're finally going to go out and start hunting, and hopefully, with luck, we will be able to find our guide. But that'll be in the next episode. So, until then, I'm Chester44, that is Liam Johnson, and Deacon! This has been a Let's Play of Shadows of Undrentide, and I shall see you all next time.